Hi, this episode is for therapists, mental health counselors, social workers, psychologists. I want you to know about LitPath. I'm going to introduce you to this organization today so that you can know how your clients can plug in and become eligible for scholarships to do therapy.
We are women who discover.
Hi, Tamara, and hi, Ian.
Hello.
Hey, hi.
Happy birthday to you, Tamara.
Thanks. I'm finally old enough to kind of think I know what I'm doing.
Perfect, because today I want to ask you all about what you're doing. So that works great. So you two are a married couple. I know you well. I have the honor to serve on your advisory board for your organization called LitPath, as you can see on Ian's shirt. Before I really introduce the two of you and give you the space to share your incredible story, I would like to first just dive into what the heck your organization is all about, because I want people to know right away, particularly therapists, mental health counselors, social workers, psychologists. I want them to understand what opportunities they have and their clients have through LitPath. It's a new and upcoming organization. You guys have quite a vision and quite a dream for it. And like I said, I'm just really honored to be kind of behind the scenes learning about all the upcoming projects and the growth and the vision. So let's start by this. I want to say that I have filled out an application that allows me to have a branded scholarship with you guys. So before we even talk about what LitPath is, tell them about what a branded scholarship is.
Yeah, so thanks. First of all, we're so glad to have you on our advisory board too. You're wonderful and knowledgeable, and we're just excited that you are participating with us. So our branded scholarship program allows therapists to be able to have their own scholarship program, which is run by us. So we're a 501c3. So all donations are tax deductible. But that branded scholarship program allows therapists to have their own scholarship program that we manage under their own brand. So it essentially allows you to be able to offer scholarships to your clients.
Yeah. Without having to go through the enormous amount of paperwork to establish yourself as a nonprofit organization. You guys are already established, and you allow people to donate or contribute towards specific therapists or specific scholarship funds. And so that can be anyone from, just some donor who would like to make therapy more accessible for people. Or sometimes there are clients I've had in the past who said, we'd love for more people to go through your program. And I'm sure not everyone can afford therapy. And so what could we do? And in the past, I've had to say, well, I'd love to have a scholarship program someday, but for now, I can't take your money. I'm not set up to be able to do that. But through you guys and the ability I have now to have my own branded scholarship program, that means that anyone who wants to contribute toward the benefit of someone receiving a scholarship in part or in full, perhaps, toward my program, that funding is open and available for contribution through you guys. And whoever wants to donate can. And then when it comes time for those funds to be allocated, how does that work?
So it's actually really pretty easy. You can actually have your own scholarship link with your own scholarship application form. And so we essentially will administer that program. And when an individual receives a scholarship from us, the way it works is we get a W-9 from the therapist, and they just invoice us for the treatment that has been provided for that individual. Our scholarships, I should mention, are partial. So we do require some sort of skin in the game for the individuals who are participating in our scholarship program or who receive the scholarships. But it essentially allows then the therapist to offer the scholarship to the individual, and then they get payment from that individual during their sessions, and then we pay the remainder. So right now it's about $65 a session that our scholarship program offers. Sorry about my dog. He's very excited about the program. So we offer that, and then the therapist will bill us for that. We generally ask them to do it about once a month. So if you have 4 sessions in the 1 month, then you'd bill us the $65 a session for each of those sessions. And then we just remit that payment directly to the therapist out of the scholarship fund.
Right. So really quickly, in case people are just ready to run to your website, what is it?
It is litpath.org. So litpath.org.
Awesome. So what does this mean that you're a nonprofit organization dedicated to lighting the path to recovery and healing? Ian, I'd love to hear what that means to you, and feel free to share any of your personal experience.
Absolutely. Our story is we kind of hit a rock bottom twice, once in around 2008 and in 2014. The first time I went to recovery to NSA for Sexaholics Anonymous for my pornographic and emotional affairs and all of the addictive behavior. But I was trying to save my marriage, which is a very honorable reason, but it's not the right one. In 2014, again, the addiction was in full swing. And that was, again, when everything was found out. I thought that my marriage was over, and I realized that the one common denominator on all the issues was me, and I had to work on me to get that done. So I thought my marriage was completely finished. So I went to recovery, I went to SAA, to Sex Addicts Anonymous. And through the time since we started that in 2014, in June, to now, I've always been an active member in SAA. I've been to an intensive program at Bethesda Workshops, which is awesome. And as well as a lot of therapy work with therapists that have CSATs. Initially, finding a therapist was horrible. It was very, very difficult because we didn't really know what to look for. But we got to the point where those people that we needed to seek help from primarily weren't under insurance. The people that we had to go through, we had very low income. And we decided to go into credit card debt to pay for the certified qualified therapists. And we went into a lot of debt, and it took a long time to pay that off. But the reward has actually been exponential. As we've gone through recovery, it is incredible what a sober mind can do in regard to putting time into my work, into the marriage, my relationship. And I've always said that when an addict creates trauma or something happens within the chaos of the addiction, it is like a stone falling into a still pond. And all the ripples that kind of go out from that create the carnage. But the same can also be said for recovery, that once the recovery is in place, the ripples still go out and they can affect. It doesn't resolve every relationship or situation, but it helps alleviate a lot of the stresses moving forward in life. So our story has been a long road of hardship, trauma, facing some past trauma that I went through as a child, and a lot of things that I thought were healthy or normal, but I had to keep secrets about, ended up being absolutely catastrophic in my development as a youth. I still feel sometimes that my emotional development is still behind, but it has caught up a lot with my 29 years of age. But I feel like that I have a more guided and clear path ahead. So we decided to get together and find a way to make the journey of finding that help and recovery easier. That's one of the reasons why I founded Lit Path, to help, as we say, light the path. So those people that have walked that journey already can turn that light on the path for others that are following in their footsteps. And just in a sense, as part of the 12th step, to make this our 12th step, to give back to the fellow addict that still suffers. So.
And also, I think it's just in part too, in addition to those things, we really wanted to show people that proper therapy is an important part of that journey. Yeah. That, we went to like Psychology Today. I think almost everybody ends up landing on there, and they're a great organization, but they don't validate any certifications for individuals. So if you look for sex addiction treatment or CSBD treatment or partner trauma or any of those things, they just basically let everybody say they do all of those things. And so we didn't realize that she really needed a specialist touch. And so
we went through several therapists through the process until we found one who was at the time he was a therapist intern. But he was also in the process of getting his CSAT certification. And I ended up staying with him for about 8 years, a wonderful therapist. I don't know if I can name drop, but I'd love to. But we had other therapists as well. But the difference was incredible.
Yeah. We just wanted to be able to help people find the right treatment and then be able to access it because the cost can be prohibitive.
Absolutely. It's pretty special what you guys are doing, and it's very rare, or maybe not rare. It's kind of extraordinary. There's something going on here that I haven't seen before. And so there's been a big learning curve, I know, that's coming with this. There's no template here, but you are following the intuition that you're driven by and this sense of calling and purpose around this. It's such an exciting thing. It's making the difference in so many people's lives. And I want to thank you for the work you're doing. I have had some clients who have received scholarships to work with me in therapy through Lit Path, and they've done so easily and successfully. It is a program unlike any other.
Exciting our therapists to participate in our program. I think because of what you're saying, like if nobody's heard of this is new. It's really surprising actually, because it's such a simple solution to a funding problem that almost everybody has. And what's interesting is our therapists always tell us, this is an amazing program. I wish, there were more of them. I wish I'd known about it sooner. But they struggle in the beginning because they don't, they keep going like, what's the catch? When do I have to pay for something, or when do I have to do anything? And so the exciting thing about our program is that we only charge the therapists for the application of the process, so we can vet them and make sure they're certified. And then our program is entirely free for therapists to participate in and just offer their services. We want to enable them to be able to do the great work that they do. The only cost we have is on our branded scholarship program, because since we're pulling that out of our regular process, it costs us more money to manage, each of those individual branded programs. And so there's a fee for that, but it's a small annual fee to be able to manage those things. So we're just really excited to be able to support the work that people do in this area. And it's just so desperately needed for people to be able to afford treatment.
Absolutely. And just as any grassroots or startup organization, is looking for one thing right out the gate, so too with Lit Path, and that's funding. And you have certainly received lots of funding over this past year, but the need for scholarships and the ability to fund as many that are needed is where the biggest ask is right now, right? So you're looking for donors from individuals to organizations at this time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. We need organizations who want to participate and sponsor what we do. We need people to donate. We have a wait list, and we really want to be able to get to a point where people don't have to wait, right? But this is just part of that process as you're growing and as people are learning about what's happening. The demand is sort of outweighing some of the funding, but we know that that's going to change as we move forward, because this is just such an innovative program and everybody's really excited about it. We also recently were the first organization to come up with a sex addiction awareness campaign, which is amazing to us that in all of the years in this space that, there hasn't been something. If you go to Google and type in Sex Addiction Awareness Day or Sex Addiction Awareness Week, you would get 0 results. But now, if you type in Sex Addiction Awareness Week, you see our stuff. So we're really excited to be on the forefront of trying to help people learn more about this. We chose to use the phrasing sex addiction awareness mostly because we're trying to reach lay people with an understanding of that. We're well aware that, there's other terms that we should be using, like CSBD or problematic sexual behavior, and we do use those as well. But we found in discussing this with other individuals who really don't know anything about this space, sex addiction is what they're more familiar with. And so we chose to use that for the campaign to be able to help build awareness around the topic for people.
The two of you are very special. I care for you deeply, and having the chance to get to know you over the past couple of years, we met, you had mentioned CSATs. We met at a CSAT symposium where I was running my booth for the Betrayal Violence Institute right next to your booth. And we just got talking. And I remember, telling you all sorts of ideas you didn't even ask for, but I just kept going and you were open to it. And I love to share ideas. And it was since then that, I've been able to be behind the scenes a bit with you guys. But if people don't already like you, which I'm pretty sure that your story particularly resonates with so many, but if they don't know you enough to like you, they should know about the people who are behind you. I know that Dr. Barb Steffens has just joined our advisory board. You have folks from really all over the United States who are involved in treatment programs around compulsive sexual behavior. You have authors and researchers and really important folks who have established some groundwork and framework in this field who are coming alongside LitPath and wanting people to know about it. Is there anything more you want to share with us that we need to know?
I think really our organization is new, but we're really excited. I mean, it's not new. We've been around for about 3 years, but it's a new concept for people. And what's really exciting about it is it's so easy, right? I mean, essentially, people register, or therapists register for our program, and then bam, now you have a scholarship program that you can offer to your clients. And it's a simple solution to funding issues. And so I think really the thing we really want people to know is that, this is going to continue to grow, and we love to be able to support the work that each of these therapists are doing. And, we're hoping individuals will come alongside us, like yourself and donors and people to go, yeah, I want to get behind this. This is an awesome movement. I really want to be able to help people access treatment. And our program works with any therapist across the entire U.S. And actually, we're starting to work in the UK as well. And we did podcast with Samson Society on Pirate Monk. They're really excited about what we're doing. And we're getting a lot of different organizations, Covenant Eyes, and different groups who are all seeing what we're doing and going, yeah, this is really awesome. Let's find a way to support it. And so we're just hoping, other individuals, listeners out there, people with means and even people without means, who are willing to just share our information to be able to help other therapists access our program, or individuals who, need assistance for the program. One real quick thing I think I would like to mention about the program are the requirements for both therapists, but also individuals who apply for the scholarship program. So for our therapists, we're really looking for them to be licensed or registered at least as an intern. We do allow interns to participate in our program because we know that they've got a supervisor and somebody who's helping to work with them. The other thing that we require of our therapists is that they have to be certified in at least the addiction or the trauma or whatever that they're treating. So we're looking for people to be a CSAT or to have...
Would it be in process of getting a certification?
So that's really the only requirements for a therapist. For individuals who apply to our scholarship program, we require them to have a commitment to recovery or to healing. So we're looking for them to really be ready for the treatment opportunity that's in front of them. And then we're really excited about the fact that we don't have an income cap. So most scholarship programs require an individual to make $35,000 a year or less or something like that. The last thing is again, we're a partial scholarship program. What that means is we don't pay for the whole treatment. There's some skin in the game required from the individual. Because of that, we are not a no-income, low-income scholarship program because those individuals wouldn't be able to pay for their portion of treatment. So, we're really sort of hitting that group of people that needs the support to be able to get treatment but doesn't have access to other programs that maybe, the government or other nonprofits might offer. So that was a lot, but I wanted to throw that out there so individuals kind of understand what our requirements are for our program.
Important information. Thank you for sharing. And for this brief overview that hopefully sparks interest for therapists and clients alike to go ahead and run over to litpath.org. I'm so grateful for you too. I'm excited by the work you're doing. There's one more really important thing. I totally forgot to ask this. I don't know how I could pass this up, but Tamara, what is it that you're going to wish for when you blow out your birthday candle today?
Gosh. Man, I don't know. We're going to wish for, I don't know, more funding so that we can, get all these people waiting right now, taken care of and just help people get the access to the treatment.
Last year was our year of change, and this is our year of growth. That's our theme for the year, and that's been happening. So, and that definitely falls in line as the three things we look for are for people to share the word about what we're doing, for therapists to sign up to be a part of that. And obviously that we need to have that financial support coming through. So those are the things that we need to help grow so that we can help more people. We know the difficult places that people are in because we've been there ourselves, but we're hoping that we can help people move forward out of that darkness into the light. So
yes. Thank you so much, Hope, for all of your support and for having us on your podcast.
And the last thing I'll say, not to make you blush or anything, but as I say, like your reaction when we met you last year, when we told you about what we did, that really instilled the affirmation we needed, that what we had was something that was greatly, it was something that was a massive void out there that was able to fill that void. So your engagement and your involvement has been just inspirational for us. So thank you so much.
That means the world to hear that. And I share in the same energy around the time that we met, as you know, because I just started ideating like a crazy person. I have a kind of mad scientist brain. The way it works when I get fueled on something is a little bit hyperfixated. And so we had a lot of time to spare just standing there in our booths, right? So that was a great time of connection and sharing and brainstorming. And it was fun for me, but also quite meaningful to establish this relationship that we have that allows me to support such an important mission. Exactly. And I think you two are the right ones to be called to this venture. It's really exciting to watch how much integrity you bring to the table as you essentially ride this learning curve of a brand new concept that has been needed for so long. So just think the world of you guys. Thanks for coming on. We'll have you come on. You betcha. And we're going to have you come on when the conference is coming up so we can learn more about it. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm going to post all the links and things below so people know how to learn more. They can watch videos about LitPath, hear more about your story. Have a great birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
See you guys.